Double Dragon was released by Technos Japan in the arcade in 1987. It put beat-em-ups on the map, and a year later it got a few ports, including the version I'll be talking about today, the NES. You play as Billy Lee, and these street thugs called the Black Warriors beat the shit out of your girlfriend Marion and kidnap her, so you have to go kick their asses and rescue her. Like I said, it's a beat-em-up, so not much explanation is needed. You walk around beating the crap out of goons, and move on to the next batch. You get a pretty good variety of enemies that have different techniques, weapons, and damage levels. You get a health bar. If it runs out, you lose a life, but generously you're able to pick back up where you left off. There are no health power-up items to pick up, but your energy does refill when you enter a new segment of a stage, or mission as the levels are referred to in this game. There aren't any items like invincibility or extra lives, but you can pick up weapons that your enemies carry and give them a taste of their own medicine, which is satisfying as fuck. The controls are solid, although it can be awkward climbing ladders. Getting off the ladder when climbing up is particularly odd because it feels like you've reached the top and you want to start walking, but you're still in climbing motion. And dropping off the edge of a platform is goofy because you go into this weird frozen stance as you slowly fall and you can't control yourself until you land. But other than that, no complaints. You'll only get 2 enemies on the screen at a time, so you don't have to worry about getting too overwhelmed, because these pricks will try to gang up on you if they can, although more often than not, they're doing that whole action movie trope that the bad guys do when they wait their turn to fight. This gives you some strategy to work with, because you might want to maneuver yourself into position to space the other enemies apart, so you're only dealing with one at a time, especially as you do a fully animated combo move that takes a few seconds to complete. Unfortunately though, you have a time limit. Maybe they kill the girl when the time runs out or something. So that whole thing of being patient and employing strategy, you're going to want to limit yourself to that, because a time limit basically encourages you to rush your way through the stage and kill everyone as quickly as possible. Plus, let's face it, the game is meant to be a young, dumb, full of cum ass kicker. Thankfully, the timer resets when you hit up a new segment of the stage, just like your health. So going back to those combo moves I was talking about, when you start off, all you can do is punch, kick, and headbutt. But after you bash in enough heads, you'll level up and learn more moves, like the uppercut, jump kick, and beating the piss out of someone while they're semi-conscious, to name a few. This progression not only rewards you, but it also keeps the intrigue up, leaving you wondering what technique you'll learn next, and keeps things fresh at the same time. Unfortunately, there's no 2-player co-op mode like in the arcade. You have to alternate in 2-player mode. But there is a versus mode where you can choose between various characters and a one-on-one fight, and you play 1 or 2 players. I like how the sprites are bigger in this mode, because you don't really need the extra space as much as you do in the main campaign. There are only 4 missions, but the difficulty starts to spike up in the second half of the game, keeping you from breezing through it too quickly. But it does get irritating toward the end, where the enemies get better at dodging and counterattacking, and you'll seemingly whiff or be countered at arbitrary times. So it's almost like you're just throwing darts when it comes to attacking, and there are no continues. Once you lose all your lives, that's it. But other than that, you can't complain about Double Dragon. It isn't the deepest game in the world, but it's not supposed to be. It wasn't the first of its kind either, but it sure did bring attention to the genre and influence others. There'd be a great deal of games, good, bad, or indifferent, that would surface throughout the years that were at least inspired by Double Dragon. So the game starts off with the cutscene of these douche nozzles punching out Marion and taking her away, and then Mission 1 begins. You'll start off fighting these punks who are all named Williams. They do the basic punches and kicks and will wield a weapon every once in a while. You don't know many moves either, but you don't need them. Whoop their asses, just don't let them both get their hands on you at the same time. Evade if need be. Then you'll face off with these kinky bitches named Linda, who try to whip you, literally. Get to them first, and when they drop the whip, grab it and whip their asses back. Then you'll get these guys named Roper. They're basically just like Williams, except they can pick up large objects and hurl them at you. Keep your distance if they have one of these, and be ready to step out of the way. Pick up the barrel and toss it at the one you haven't hit yet, because you'll dish out more damage with it. Then you'll get some more Lindas. After taking care of them, you'll enter the door here and fight some more Ropers on a conveyor belt, which leads to certain death. So stay away from the edge. You don't even have to be on the belt, but you can knock these guys off the edge so long as you're standing on the left side. Then the boss, Abobo, will show up. He has very basic strike attacks, but he deals some decent damage. You can lure him onto the belt and send him off, but you level up quicker the more blows you land on him. You should be able to do jump kicks by now, so just keep plowing him with these, wait for him to get up and crush his face with your foot. Now at this point you should be up to level 3, where you'll have the aforementioned jump kicks, which you can execute by pressing A and B simultaneously. At level 2, you'll get the uppercut by pressing A on a stunned enemy, and the regular roundhouse, which is B on a stunned enemy. After taking him out, you'll move on to mission 2, where you'll start off with some Ropers. One of them will pick up a conveniently placed crate, which I'm guessing holds something heavy because it will hurt if it lands. So disarm him and throw it back. Then you've got these guys that toss dynamite sticks. Keep your distance from the explosion when it eventually goes off, and watch out for the edge. You'll have to climb this fence to get around the pit. Then you'll meet up with this guy carrying a bat. Snatch it out of his hands and whip him and his buddies with it. After some more Lindas, climb the ladders to ascend up a few floors, where you'll battle some more Lindas. When you get to the top, the boss Chintai shows up. This guy's got some speed, and he takes a lot more damage than the Hammerneggers you've been facing off with so far. Don't stay close to him for too long, you'll have to hit and run, time limit permitting. Hopefully you've got some good techniques by this point, including the over-the-shoulder throw, which can help here because you can toss his ass off the edge if you position yourself correctly. Otherwise, be patient, and when you finish him off, it's on to mission 3. By now you'll possibly be at level 5. At 4, you'll get the hair grab move, where pressing forward will grab their hair, and then B will knee smash their face, while A is an overhead throw. At level 5, you get the move where you can pin a stunned enemy by pressing down and then A to smash their face in from this position. You'll first run into these guys carrying knives, which they can throw, so get out of the way, or jump kick to knock them back onto the ground. You can also pick these up and throw them yourself, so take advantage of that if one does become available. Then you'll get a series of Chintais, and this is where you really start to notice that the game is stepping up its, game. Because you've got the boss from the last level just casually showing up to be a regular enemy 3 times in a row in the following level. You'll come across some more bat and knife guys, do a jump kick over the gap in the bridge to advance, and bash these guys' heads in. You'll then run into some Ropers, and then these 2 Abobos come out of the wall, and you have to deal with 2 of them at once this time. Don't let them gang up on you. After doing them in, do not continue walking. You'll end up looping back to the beginning of the stage, and you'll have to do this all over again. Instead, head in one of the entryways into the cave. Doesn't matter which one. These rocks will fall from the ceiling. Keep an eye on them as you pass through, and maneuver your way between them. You might have to stop and turn back a few times. Take these platforms across the pit, and then you'll get 2 Chintais. After finishing them off, go through the door in the wall. Continuing on loops you around again. You'll get some more dynamite guys, and then you're going to want to carefully drop yourself over the edge. Don't jump off or you'll outmove the screen and essentially fall into a pit. Then you've got another pair of Bobos. When you're done with them, go through the door here, and this area is loaded with Lindas. But you don't have to explore here much, just slip down the gap, climb down the cryptic ladder, and enter the door to exit to mission 4. Hopefully by now you're at level 7. At level 6, you'll get the elbow smash by pressing A when an enemy is behind you, and the spinning roundhouse by pressing B on a stunned enemy. The 4th and final mission starts off with these booby traps where these big ass bricks protrude out of the wall rhythmically in an effort to knock you on your ass. I think there's some kind of pattern here, but it's trickier than figuring out the timing of a fucking Tool song. There are only 2 short sections of this, but these bricks will deal out some damage, so if you can sneak by when an opening presents itself, fantastic.
Good luck!
Then you'll deal with a plethora of chin ties. Jump over this gap and never mind the abobo, just climb this cryptic ladder immediately. After feeding off a series of ropers, go through either of the 2 doors, climb up here, hop across to the next platform, climb up again, and kick these guys' asses along your way. Jump across the gaps to this moving platform, wait for it to take you up, and climb up where you'll find another moving platform, and follow the path up to the door, where you'll fight some more of these schmucks. After that, you'll end up in a wide open area where you'll face off with a gauntlet of foes. First some of these abobos, then some chin ties, then Lindas, then ropers, and then Willie. You haven't met him before, but he's one of the top brass of the Black Warriors. He wields a machine gun, and his bullets will do considerable damage, which may be enough to finish you off if you're low on health due to the long fucking gauntlet. And if you die, you have to go all the way back to the beginning of the gauntlet with the abobos. So every hit point is precious here throughout the whole gauntlet. Try to minimize the amount of time where you're level with him, and move in only when you're fairly close so you can avoid getting shot at. Because at close range, he'll smack you with his gun. Not that you want that, but it's better than getting shot. When you do move in, attack quickly, either with roundhouse kicks or overhead tosses to avoid the bullets. After finishing him off, you think you're done, but you've got one more guy, and it turns out it's your own fucking twin brother Jimmy Lee. The silver lining is that if you die against Jimmy, you don't have to go back to the beginning of the gauntlet, or even at Willie. You're still fighting Jimmy. He has all of your attacks in his arsenal. He is your twin brother after all. He takes a long time to kill though, cause he has a shitload of health. Give him roundhouses and stay on him. Don't give him a chance to move in on you, just get up on his grill, unload on kicks, and just continue spamming. After dealing enough damage, you'll finish him off, get Marion back, and the game is over. But what's not over is the Double Dragon series, as the sequel, Double Dragon 2 The Revenge, would be released a year after this one. But we'll get to that another time. And that wraps up this edition of Aqualung's Game Reviews. See you next time.